Hello and welcome. My name's Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. Today we're going to make sublimation wind spinners. So these spin in the wind. So what is a wind spinner anyway? Let's talk about that first of all. So when you hang these outside, the wind will catch on a portion of this, usually the middle portion, and spin it around. This makes a really cute addition to your outdoor decor. And they do come with the clips, and they're like a 360 clip, so it will spin all the way around indefinitely. Like you don't have to worry about it getting tangled up or anything like that. Now with the sublimation wind spinner, we can put whatever we would like on these. So this version I added a photo to the center, and this version is just like a floral butterfly pattern. So you can add whatever you would like to these, and they make amazing gifts. Mother's Day's coming up, or just add these to your own garden. Now I am doing an 8-inch wind spinner. That is so I could press it all at one time with my printer. So all I have is a printer that prints up to 8.5 inches wide. So I wanted to press it all at one time with my printer in order not to have any seams or anything. Now you can absolutely piece together something on a larger wind spinner. They make these really large. But even with these smaller ones, they come with a hole in the top and the bottom. So you could actually make them long with your printer. So just kind of chain them together. So you might do a variety of photos and chain them together into like one long chain that would then spin in the wind. So really fun and cute idea for sublimation. And it's very unique, right? And so you may be saying to yourself, but Angie, how do I sublimate this with my heat press when it looks rather round while you're spinning it here? That is because we are going to sublimate it flat, and then we are going to bend it after we sublimate it. So let's take a look first at the supplies we're going to use. The supplies you're going to need are as follows. So you'll need the wind spinners themselves, and they do come with the clip like to help them spin. And I bought a package of these. I'm going to sublimate 2 of these on the video. They do come in a package of like 5. Protective paper, heat resistant tape. I am going to use my Easy Press for this, just for illustration purposes. I often have people ask if the Easy Press will work for sublimation, but I am going to use a firmer mat. So this is the Artistry 12x12 mat that's way firmer than the Easy Press mat. And I am going to do that because these are tended to spin, these layers move, and I don't want those to be uneven in my sublimation. Then I have heat resistant gloves as well as my sublimation prints. These are sublimation ink printed on sublimation paper on a sublimation printer. And I do have 2 files available if you want to download those. One is like a floral with some butterflies, and I went ahead and printed it a little oversized so I'd have some playing room, but about the size of my wind spinner. So these are 8x8-inch wind spinners. You can get them in a variety of sizes. If you have a larger format printer or you want to do a different design, you might consider a larger wind spinner. And then for this one, I did a photo in the middle, and I did like a geometric pattern around the outside. Again, this pattern is available for free download. So I'll have the download for both patterns in the description below this video, and you can sign up there to get the patterns for both of these. And then you can use a program like Canva to put your photo in the middle of something like this to create this look. And I do have a video all about free software options, and that includes Canva that you can use for this. And I will link to that video in the description below. So if you don't know how to create a design for your sublimation printer, that would be the place to go and check that out. Then finally, you'll want a lint roller or something to clean your sublimation blank before you start sublimating. So now that we have our supplies, let's take a look at applying this print to our wind spinner. The first thing you're going to want to do is remove the protective film. So these do have a protective film on both the front as well as the back. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it from both sides so I don't forget. And yes, I have forgotten before. So we're going to remove both sides of this protective film. And then we can prep this and get it ready for the sublimation process. But don't skip this step. I find doing these one side at a time is a little bit easier. So I'm just gonna lint roll over the top of this, remove any debris, and then we can add our first print. Now these prints are mirrored, and we can add this print, and then you can just kind of locate it. You can see through the wind spinner and all these little gaps. You can kind of tell where it's located. So just locate it. Just remember that the holes are at the top and the bottom. So be sure to take that into account when you're locating everything. And then when you get it into place, we're just gonna add some heat resistant tape. Probably about 4 pieces. And then we wanna add protective paper to the top and the bottom. So all of these areas, all these gaps, the sublimation ink is probably gonna come through those. So you do wanna be sure to protect everything well. Regardless if you're using a heat press or an easy press, you don't wanna skip this step. And we're gonna flip this over, put it print side up, and then I'm just gonna fold this paper over the top. And now this presses at 385 degrees for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And I would probably do like medium pressure, so I will press down on the easy press the entire time. Now these are about the size of my easy press. So I do want to make sure I get the easy press in the right location. A lot of times I just go ahead and trim the print just so I can see it a little bit better when I am like putting the easy press down. So I put this back in here, and now I can see the entire thing, and my easy press will cover this entire thing. So we'll just put this down, and I'm just using the standard size easy press today. Then we'll just put the easy press into place, and we will start the timer. So this is a long one, so you will need to press down quite a while. If you want to use a standard heat press, that will absolutely work. Just put it in there for the same amount of time as indicated. When it's done, you'll lift up. And then this is going to be very, very hot. So I'm gonna put on my heat resistant gloves, and then we'll peel this back. And you will notice all this ink that got on the protective paper. Then you can just peel back your sublimation print, and you'll see your gorgeous design on your wind spinner. Then you're just gonna wanna repeat the exact same steps for the other side. Remember, we do want to get rid of this paper. We can probably use this side, but the side that has ink on it, we'll want to get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and sublimate the other side with the exact same print. In this case, you can put different prints on different sides, and I will show you one of those in a second. Then we just need to turn this into the wind spinner. It is a little warm still. You can wait for it to cool. You just want to hold the front, the sides, and sort of push and pull at the same time. So what you're wanting this to do is fan out. So we want to twist this where it fans this way, and then this where it's going to fan this way. So we just twist, and then you can keep pulling each of these until you're happy with the look of it. So you can twist this as much or as little as you would like, and just kind of play with each one of these until you get your wind spinner. So the middle I want at like a 45, and then each of these I can keep twisting to where they're even bigger. And then we'll come around here to this side, repeat the same on this side. So you're just bending the metal to where you have your wind spinner. Here's the next version I sublimated, and it is different on both sides. And I did like a photo in the middle with the graphic pattern around the outside, and I'm gonna do the same thing to it. So I'm just gonna kind of press this middle, and you can press it as far as you want. I just kind of like it at like a 45. And then I'm gonna adjust these to where I want them. So same process, you can kind of bend these to where you want them. And what I like about adding the photo to the middle is that you can see the photo as it spins, and then the pieces just kind of spin around it. So I really love the idea of the photo in the center of one of these. And then I did want to note the hook comes with these, and you can put either the hook side or the clip side on the wind spinner. This one I put the clip side. I feel like maybe it'll hold a little better, and then use the hook to hang. And then the hole in the bottom, you can put multiples of these in a row. So you could add more designs to the bottom and make a longer wind spinner. So now I'm left with 2 wind spinners to put in my own garden or to give as gifts. Again, you can get the files as well as the supplies I will put in the description below this video. If you're on computer, scroll down and click show more. If you're on mobile, swipe up on the video or click the arrow to expand the description. You'll find a list of links. Click those that interest you. To get the files, that includes the graphic file that I put around the photos, as well as the floral butterfly pattern. So I'll have both of those patterns for free. You'll click that link, you'll sign up for the email, then the files will be sent to your email address, and you can start using those for sublimation or wind spinners or anything else. You can use the files for anything after you download them. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll add some sublimation projects to your garden. Now these are supposed to be UV coated by the listing on Amazon. I have not put them outdoors for any length of time. So I may find that I want a higher quality wind spinner in the future after I have these outdoors for a year or so. But hopefully they hold up well in the UV light. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Otherwise, they sublimated great, they bent really great, they look amazing. So if you are going to make some sublimation wind spinners, I would highly recommend this Amazon listing that I'm going to put below. I really think that they are a pretty high quality, especially for an Amazon blank, and I really enjoyed doing them. So hopefully this video helps you, and it might even add to your obsession with sublimation crafting, right? So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything we've covered, the sublimation wind spinners, drop down in the comment section, ask away. And if you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos just like this one every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.